Have you ever loved someone in a way that felt quiet, but endless? Not the loud kind of love, not the dramatic kind, but the kind that feels like warmth, the kind that lingers. Today, I want to talk about a book that feels less like something you read and more like something you feel. This is Warmth by Rithvik Singh. Warmth isn't a story with chapters or characters. It doesn't follow a timeline. It doesn't try to explain love. Instead, it sits with it. This book is a collection of poetry and prose that explores love, longing, heartbreak, healing, and the quiet ache of missing someone who once felt like home. Every page feels like a thought you never said out loud. At the heart of this book is the idea of warmth. Not just physical warmth, but emotional warmth. The kind you feel when someone understands you without asking too many questions. When their presence feels safe. When being with them feels like rest. Rithvik Singh uses warmth as a metaphor for love, connection, and emotional shelter. But what makes this book honest is that it doesn't pretend warmth lasts forever. Sometimes warmth becomes a memory, and remembering it is both comforting and painful. Love in this book is tender. It's imperfect. It's human. It lives in small moments, lying next to someone, listening to them breathe, wishing you could protect them from everything. There are no grand declarations here, no fairy tale promises. Just two people trying to hold on to something fragile in a world that keeps pulling them apart. And with love comes fear. The fear of losing, the fear of change, the fear that even the safest feelings aren't permanent. One of the strongest emotions in warmth is longing. Missing someone who might still exist in your life, but not in the same way. Sometimes the distance is physical. Sometimes it's emotional. And sometimes you're not missing a person. You're missing the version of them that once chose you. Rithvik Singh captures this longing gently. There's no anger here, no blame, just the quiet acceptance that loving someone doesn't always mean keeping them. Heartbreak in this book doesn't arrive all at once. It comes slowly, in silences, in unsent messages, in conversations that stop happening. It's the realization that something is ending even before it officially ends. And letting go isn't dramatic here. It's painful, yes, but also soft. Because sometimes, letting go is the kindest thing you can do for yourself and for the person you still care about. But warmth isn't just about love and loss. It's also about healing. Not the kind where everything suddenly feels okay, but the slow kind, the uneven kind. Healing, in this book, means learning to live with your feelings. Instead of running from them, it means allowing yourself to be vulnerable again, even after being hurt. Because feeling deeply, even when it leads to pain, is still better than feeling nothing at all. There are moments in warmth that talk about loneliness, about sitting alone with your thoughts, about missing someone in the quiet. But loneliness here isn't always portrayed as something negative. Sometimes it becomes a space for self-discovery, a space where you learn who you are without someone else holding you together. And in that space, you begin to rebuild yourself slowly, gently, honestly. Memory plays a huge role in this book. Memories of people who once mattered deeply. Memories that stay even when the relationship doesn't. Rithvik Singh reminds us that just because something ended doesn't mean it wasn't real. Some people come into our lives to teach us how deeply we can feel. And that, too, is a kind of love. The beauty of warmth lies in its simplicity. The language is minimal. The emotions are raw. The words feel like they were written at 2 a.m. when everything is quiet and honesty feels easier. This is the kind of book you underline. The kind you revisit when your heart feels heavy. Because it doesn't try to fix you. It just sits with you. Warmth by Rithvik Singh is a reminder that even temporary love matters. That even brief connections leave lasting imprints. That it's okay to miss someone and still move forward. And that feeling deeply is not a weakness. It's proof that you lived, you loved, and you felt. And sometimes that's enough.